What's going on, YouTube family? Welcome to another episode of Pips and Points. I'm your host Jono, and we're going to pick up from where we left off yesterday, discussing the NAS100 as the slaughter in the markets continue. And we're going to see if there's any areas in this whole situation where there might be a little bit of breathing space, so those that are trapped, that need to get out, can find a way out of it, and those that are looking for opportunities to the upside can find a way into it. So let's get into it. So as we're looking at it on a daily, we can see here that what I said yesterday in regards to where the NAS was, where if it broke up above this price action level right here, that we would definitely be considering taking positions to the upside, because we know that the correction more or less is over. Okay, but however, that's not the case. Correction is not over at all. It is still ongoing, right? And to make for a bit more uncertainty into the whole arena is that we have some news coming out tomorrow. So we've got the Federal Open Market Committee, so they're going to be giving a discussion. This is going to be around 7 p.m. UK time, okay? And then we also have the federal funds rate, okay? So they're going to be having a discussion at the same time also, all right? And the Federal Open Market Committee will also then be giving a press conference around 7:30 in the evening. So between 7 o'clock and 7:30, we need the three things that I discussed to all be in the positive, right? Okay, but however, because it's in the positive, it does not necessarily mean the market is going to react in the way of the news. So for example, there's been a lot of buzz that the Fed is going to be talking about increasing interest rates over the course of this year, all right? And increasing interest rates is something that it is expected, it's something that it is needed. Why? Because of the situations that we're in right now in regards to the whole world. The situation they're in, I'm not going to mention what that situation is, but unless you haven't, if you haven't been in a coma or anything like that, you should know what's been happening for the last 3 years, like literally. Yeah, you should know. Okay, so we're not going to talk about that, but that situation requires interest rates because of inflation and everything else that's coming into view that's going to make the average person's life a living hell, right? So inflation can be good news and can be bad news depending on what side of the fence you're sitting on. And I could go into a whole spiel about inflation and what it can do and what it can't do and all the rest of it, but I'll leave that to you to do all of that in your own time. That could be part of homework, research, etc. Okay, and like I said, look, I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. Please subscribe. Right. So all of this news is coming out tomorrow. Okay, and when this news comes out tomorrow, all right, we're going to need to see how market reacts. So there's two situations that we're looking for right now. Okay, to the run up to the news, is market going to react in anticipation of what the news is going to be, right? And will that affect NAS100, right? So that's what we're going to be looking out for. And two, once the news is released, or once the news is being released, so from 7, we're going to monitor what's happening around 7:30. So from 7 to 7:30, we're going to monitor what's happening in the markets, and then from 7:30 onwards, we're going to monitor what's going on in the markets, and then the day after, we should have an idea as to what the market wants to do. Okay, so that's the play for how I'm going to be looking at the situation tomorrow moving forward. And there's a couple of things that I'm looking for. So for example, either way, right here, I will need this price to close above this price action level over here. That's what I'm going to need in order for me to do anything. In order for me to do anything at all, I'm going to need to see that happen. Will that happen? I don't know. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but that is what I need to see happen before I do anything. And let's have a look. And as you can see, it looks like it's in a downtrend. It is a straight down with no plans in turning around. It might want to turn around at this level, but we'll see, because I have a feeling that it's gonna push much lower. I have a feeling that we're gonna get a big drop tomorrow. That we're gonna get a big drop this week, not just tomorrow, a big drop this week. Because already, let's see how much the market's dropped by already. Let's see how much it's dropped by already. Right, so we're gonna go to the top of when it started. I'm just gonna bring it down to where prices currently is at the moment, right? And it's already done a 12% drop from where it was. Okay, we could actually draw it from up here. That actually is a decent place to get it from. Actually, it's actually a little bit more accurate as well. So from it doing this all-time high, it has dropped 17%. 17%, bearing in mind it gave some profits here, it gave profits here, it gave a little something here, and it started taking it all away from here onwards. From here, it started taking it all away. Alright? So it's done 11%, it's done 17%, sorry, 17%, okay? But in this correction, it can do 35%. That's the worst case scenario. And it could possibly even do more than that. So that's something that you guys are gonna have to bear in mind, especially if you're holding the reds and you haven't been able to reposition yourself with what's happening. And that could be for a number of reasons. I'm not gonna bother speculate or tell you what you should do and how you should do it, because like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Please subscribe. So now that we've covered this, okay, we know what's going on here, right? We're not going to keep this boring and just talking about NAS all day, every day. We get the picture, it's falling. So let's talk about something else. Let's see if we can find an opportunity elsewhere. Right, so let's talk about EURUSD. And I took a position yesterday, and I misread the whole situation and I got it wrong, which is, it happens, it happens. It wasn't even a big order anyways. It was something really small. It was a micro size actually, and it was just something just to keep my instincts still sharp, just make sure that I'm still on point. I got it wrong, but I don't mind, because it was just a micro and I wasn't doing it to gain anything big. I was doing it to make sure that I'm still practicing, and the best way for me to practice is with real capital, with real risk. That's how I like to do things. I'm not telling you that's the best thing for you to do, because each of us are different. We've got different ways of doing things, but I personally prefer, if I'm going to be practicing and making sure that I'm improving in the markets, I do it with real capital and I have real risk in the game. All right, that's just my flow, and there's nothing wrong with using a demo to learn how to trade. But like I say, the demo doesn't teach you the most important part, which is the emotions, and the emotions comes with having real capital in the game. You're not going to get that with fake money in a demo account, but training is training. So I mean, at some point you're going to have to learn the emotional side of things if you haven't started to learn how to deal with that. And me personally, I'm still learning how to deal with that. So it's not open and shut case where you say, okay, cool, I've learned it, that's it, I've got it under control. It's something that you never have under control, but the more you practice, the more you know what not to do in certain situations, and that's the most important thing, what not to do in certain situations. So let's look at the EURUSD and let's see what's going on. So in all fairness, with this shape that we're looking here at the bottom, this is a rising flag, right? A rising flag heading that way, heading up. We've got we've got 3 touches to the upside, or say 2 touches to the upside, and 1 semi, which is that over here, 1 semi, and then we've got 5 in the middle that didn't touch anything. So basically it just didn't do anything, it just hovered in the middle, and it has its own support level that we could keep an eye on, but we're going to ignore for now. And then at the bottom we have 2 confirmed touches at the bottom, okay, Now, usually what tends to happen, okay, now this is not something that is guaranteed that happens all the time, but what usually tends to happen is there has to be 3 touches on one side or the other before it actually considers breaking. In most cases, it doesn't happen like this all the time though, by the way. Sometimes it could just be 2 touches and it will do its thing. So it will do 1 touch, it will do all these little silly things, it will do a second one, and then on the third one, boom, it's breaking up or breaking down. Do one or the other. So with the Euro USD, right, what I would be looking for, the potential that I'm looking for with the Euro USD, you've got to go today. Okay, so let's just do it from here. So potential I'll be looking for in Euro USD would be 4% to the downside, which is about 486 pips down. Not bad. Not bad if done right. Okay, and then from this level up, and then say you hit that level and it's gone up, and then we're looking at from here, so we have just hit from this level up to this level right here, we'll be expecting, and that's when we'll be considering putting in a buy order. We'll be expecting what, 12% increase. So that is 1,000, that's 1,500 pips to the upside, which is not a bad gamble. But this obviously is it's a week's worth of trades. So it's not, you're not getting all this in one day or a couple of days. This could be a while. You know, this could literally be a while. So we'll see. So that is the idea for Euro USD. Is not nothing big or grand. It's just real simple. It's in a consolidation phase at the moment, and it's doing what it does here. We need to know if it's going to break this structure or not. It hasn't done that yet, so we don't know. Once it does, depending on what direction it breaks in, we're going to know what direction we need to move in. But this is one definitely worth keeping an eye on, right? Keeping an eye on. And then finally, we're going to look at GBPJPY. GBPJPY, right? Let me see what's going on here. And to be fair, the trade I recommended of the sell to the downside is still looking good. Well, let me see if I did anything on that one. It's still looking good. I think I said that. Well, actually, no. Yeah, I think I said that. The trade to the downside. Well, let's see what this does. The good thing is this is GBPJPY, not US related, so we know that this is kind of independently doing its own thing. And and it looks like we're getting a further confirmation that it wants to still continue to go down. It still wants to continue on its way down. So a sell anywhere up here would be good. So let's just put in a phantom sell right now. I'm just gonna put in a little phantom sell and see what we get, see what happens. See if it goes good. Put in the phantom sell, so we've got a stop down here. Yep, let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. So my play for the Euro USD, my personal play for that would be I'll be selling. And if I didn't sell up here, and but however I saw this situation happening down here, which is the consolidation happening over here, I'll be comfortable in taking a sell at this level. I'll be very comfortable in taking a sell at this level, and this is what we've done for the sake of this video. We've taken a sell, and we're going to say we covered all of that as a stop. Covered all of that as a stop, right? So guys, so these are the little gems that I'm going to be giving you that I've given you tonight, okay? And like I said, not financial advice. You have to do your own research, of course, okay? So yeah, so look into all of these things that I've talked about. Do your own research, see if it makes sense. If it makes sense, then it's a no-brainer. If it makes no sense, then by all means, we don't do things that don't make any sense, right? We only do things that make sense. So that's what you do. So I want to thank you all. So I want to give a big shout out to my subscribers. Thanks for subscribing. I appreciate you. And I want to thank all the rest of you for coming on and obviously just hearing what I have to say. It costs you nothing to hit the like button, hit the subscription button, and hit the notifications. So if you can, please do. And I will see you in the next video, which will be tomorrow. And tomorrow is going to be exciting indeed, because literally we're going to wait till after the news. So I plan on making that video as late into the evening as possible, right? But I want to make sure everyone gets to open when I do. So possibly maybe about 9 o'clock UK time in the evening. And yeah, and then give you my views, because then all the news would have come out. So market would have been reacting, or is still reacting to it, so we can get all of that excitement. And yeah, we can talk about that. So yeah, so that's what we're going to do tomorrow. So I want to thank you all for taking the time to come over and hear what I have to say. I appreciate you for that. And I'll see you in tomorrow's video.